Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Putin shows contempt for Trump. But Don could bring Russia to its knees if Vlad stalls on peace. Despots know one enemy warns. Donald Trump holds all the cards and could bring Russia down to its knees if he wants. Vladimir Putin's #1 enemy told The Sun. American-born British financier Bill Browder said Vladimir Putin's actions show his contempt for Trump, but he could well face the wrath of the U.S. president. Russian tyrant Putin, who kept Trump waiting before taking yesterday's call, agreed only to a 30-day halt to attacks on power plants and to begin negotiations on a sea truce. He reportedly rejected the U.S. proposed ceasefire deal that would have completely stopped the bloodshed for the next 30 days, and provided a way to reach a permanent peace deal. But just hours after giving his word to Trump about striking Ukrainian energy infrastructure, Putin launched devastating airstrikes on the energy infrastructure of Slavyansk in the Donetsk region, where 100,000 citizens reside. 2 Ukrainian hospitals were also hit in Ukraine's border region Sumy, causing an evacuation of the sick. And just 1 hour after the historic Putin-Trump call, blasts rocked the capital city Kyiv, and a man, 60, was wounded in both legs in Bucha, with private houses also hit. Mr. Browder said slammed the mad Russian dictator for already breaking the agreement, saying he had insulted President Trump. He added, "I think Putin is thumbing his nose at Trump and disrespecting him in very material ways." While the phone call was taking place, there were attacks on Ukrainian civilian targets. And while Putin made a promise for a ceasefire against energy infrastructure, he broke it just hours later. Mr. Browder added, suggesting it showed Putin's contempt for Trump. The U.S. president remained bullish after the two leaders' lengthy phone call, saying he can get the job done. But Mr. Bo said that if Trump wants, he could hurt Putin badly by slapping crippling sanctions and supplying more weapons to Ukraine to strike deep inside the Russian territory. He even suggested U.S. could deploy its military and end this war very quickly. The expert added, if Trump decided to, he could bring the Russian economy to its knees. He has got all the cards. America is a major supplier of weapons to Ukraine. Trump could triple down, give Ukrainians much more weaponry, allow Ukrainians to use that weaponry to strike targets deep into Russia. Trump could use economic measures to cut off the flow of oil or the flow of dollars from oil out of Russia. He could sanction countries purchasing oil from Russia. If they stopped buying the oil, Russia wouldn't get the hundreds of billions of dollars, and they wouldn't be able to afford to carry on with the war. The U.S. military is the most powerful military in the world. The American economy is the biggest economy in the world. If Trump decided that he wanted to end this war and he was ready to go after Putin, he could end this war very quickly. Trump issued the Armageddon message on Fox News on Tuesday, shortly after he and Putin spoke on the phone for almost 2 hours. Trump issued the Armageddon message on Fox News on Tuesday, shortly after he and Putin spoke on the phone for almost 2 hours. During his interview with Laura Ingraham, Trump chillingly admitted that Russia has the advantage, adding, "We want to get the war over with." Trump claimed his call with Putin went great after they reached the agreement, despite the Russian leader refusing to accept a full 30-day ceasefire. The president told Ingraham, "Right now, you have a lot of guns pointing at each other, and a ceasefire without going a little bit further would have been tough." But he revealed that his urgent push for a ceasefire was part of a much larger plan to prevent U.S. troops from entering the bloody war, and, in turn, minimize the chance of nuclear Armageddon. Trump warned, "Look, we're doing this, there are no Americans involved. There could be if you end up in World War III over this, which is so ridiculous. But strange things happen." Putin's deal with Trump leaves Russian free to continue launching attacks from air and sea on its neighbor, while grabbing more Ukrainian land by pummeling the front line. By Juliana Cruz Lima, senior foreign news reporter. Ceasefire in Ukraine. Prisoners and humanitarian issues. Black Sea and global security. Russia-US relations. The two leaders will stay in contact as their expert groups begin discussions. Last night, Zelensky, who previously announced that Ukraine was willing to agree to a 30-day truce on all fronts, said Russia was not ready for an end to hostilities. He said Putin could not be trusted and added, Europe must be at the negotiating table, and everything that concerns European security must be decided together with Europe. Zelensky also later supported the limited ceasefire on energy infrastructure. But after the air attacks launched early on Wednesday, Zelensky urged the rest of the world to stop any attempts by Moscow to drag out the war. He said on Telegram, "Today, Putin de facto rejected the proposal for a complete ceasefire. It would be right for the world to reject in response any attempts by Putin to drag out the war." Trump and Putin talked for around 2.5 hours and pledged to resume closer ties. However, analysts said that Putin appeared to have won all the concessions he wanted from Trump, who prides himself on being a tough negotiator. They warned the Russian strongman, who has a long list of demands for an end to the war, has bought his forces vital time to retake a pocket of territory in Kursk, western Russia, where Ukrainian troops are already in retreat.